I am a veteran, and I put my teeth on the back burner while I was deployed. I started having some serious pain in my mouth. This is not me anymore. We have to get back to me.
I was in relationships that consisted of like physical abuse. I had some things broken in my face. That smile that I used to have was gone.
This is infected here. You got an old implant there.
There's no fixing and saving some of these teeth. We're looking at options here that require removing all of your natural teeth.
That's a lot.
Here at Fixed, we really thrive on changing people's lives.
Any problem can be fixed.
This is Fixed Out.
Is this Penny?
Is that Mommy?
Dad.
Our kids, they're the sweetest.
Us being at work is a big part of our family life.
I think about tomorrow. Okay, I'll check.
They're the best. They're quiet. They're fun.
I need fun.
Open big. Let me see. There's nothing to be scared of. I just want to measure. Maybe two.
All three kids come in for a cleaning, and Louis has a cavity.
Open bigger.
I feel bad. It's my son. I feel terrible. But Jason is the one who brushes Louis's teeth. I brush the girls' teeth, so it only makes sense why Louis has a cavity.
I know that Jenny would like to say that Louis' cavity was my fault, but that is an interproximal decay. That is from dietary frequency. That's from eating too often. That has nothing to do with brushing or hygiene. Okay.
You did a good job, Louis.
That's that.
I know you got a new patient here for us.
Yes, we have Andrew. He actually was in the military. He was in Afghanistan for a couple years and just kind of neglected his teeth. Him and his wife have a photography business, like wedding photography, engagements. They're just the cutest people ever. And now they're at a good place and he wants to start like fixing his teeth.
You want to go over what we talked about with Nick?
I sent her 3 galleries,
Okay.
and we're just waiting to hear back.
Okay.
My name is Andrew Taylor. I am a veteran. My wife and I own a wedding photography and videography business. When I got to Iraq, they needed somebody who was kind of a techie type person, and they sent me to Kuwait to run a little computer system for people that were coming in and out of the country. We worked a lot at night because it was so hot, so it was a lot of late night snacking, late night eating. I've always had a sweet tooth. I would sit down and I would just, once I got done with dinner, I'd have a bowl of ice cream or this and that, I'd relax, play a video game. And throughout that time, I think I really just put my teeth on the back burner while I was deployed. 2023 is whenever I started having some serious pain in my mouth. The first dentist I went to see, he's the one who told me right now you're sitting at about 6 teeth that need to be removed. That was a punch in the gut. I'm really struggling.
Yeah.
You see me around the house, I'm covering my mouth when I smile.
Yeah.
Can't even joke with Lydia. Just can't even open up and just be real around her.
Yeah.
Or you. And really even furthermore, our clients. We got an engagement shoot coming up.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I'm doing this weird closed mouth smile and it's not me. It's not me.
I know. We definitely have a job that is almost impossible not to smile at.
Yeah.
I know that this is something that's really been bogging you down. Whatever we do, going forward, whatever it needs to do, we'll get it all taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm covering my face for my clients. This is not who I am to my daughter. It's not who I am to my wife. It's not who I am to my friends and my family and my community. This is not me anymore. We have to get back to me.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, I'm Drew.
Nice to meet you in person.
Nice to meet you as
Jason
well.
Dubo, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome. I did kind of brief Jason about what we chatted about on the phone. So, if you want to just kind of give us a little bit more of a backstory, kind of what brought you here.
So, started back with my military days for some pretty serious situations I had to deal with just by coping by that. Started eating pretty poorly. And I came home and those kind of bad habits continued. And then we opened up our own business. Finally made it back to the dentist, I think in 2020. And that's when I found I needed a couple more root canals. And then just with busy life, it took me another couple years to get in. Just last summer, I went in and that's when I found out about, that's when I got the big news about 6 teeth needing to be removed.
It breaks my heart a little bit to hear that while he was away serving our country, he neglected his teeth, but also he didn't get the greatest care because, we know how to fix it. And I know we can make this so much better for you.
Thank you for your service. And,
Thank you.
And when you add all of that up, I hear you. There's that background, that history of I just haven't been able to take time for myself. When I have, there's a lot more going on than I was prepared for. But we gotta take a look. We gotta take a look with our eyes and get some x-rays and see what's going on. But no matter what it is, I know you're in the right place to solve it.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
great. Thank you.
My name is Mickey Viveros. I'm 34 years old and I'm a reentry caseworker at the House of Corrections. When I was 17 years old, I was a passenger in a car in a drunk driving accident and we skidded 140 feet into a tree. I broke my neck. That was a very extensive rehabilitation process for me. I was prescribed 180 milligrams of Percocet at like 105 pounds. I developed a physical dependency. You're doing it to just function, and that's what can be misconstrued with addiction. I made some unfortunate choices that put me in relationships that consisted of like physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse. I had some things broken in my face, and that smile that I used to have, now that smile is gone. I couldn't express joy because I knew like what the inside of my mouth looked like. When I had my daughter, I was in a program, and it was during that time that I finally took a look at getting my mouth evaluated. The back teeth were so damaged for so long. When I went to a dentist, the solution was, we were gonna rip your teeth out. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm not even 30 years old and you wanna like take all my teeth? It's been 15 months since my first procedure. When I met Dr. Tubo, there was a level of comfort and confidence because he understood why I had fears around dentists. He understood why I had never moved forward at that point with getting any other type of dental work done. And Dr. Tubo, he just reassured me that his process of how he does things was a lot different than any other dentist I had ever worked with.
Drew, I'd like you to meet Dr. Litwin. Dr.
How you doing?
Litwin's my lead of surgery here. I'd love for him to take a look here with us as well. So Drew, I'm gonna have you open for us. Go ahead and bite together. I mean, at a glance, some things, especially as we get to the front, don't look like they're so bad. You know, we have more concentrated problems here toward the back. With Andrew, there's a lot more going on under the surface than what it seemed on the outside. It was really quite shocking. He's got decay on most or all of his teeth. Most of these are pretty catastrophic.
These are infected. This is infected here. You got an old implant there.
There's no fixing and saving some of these teeth. What's going on with your teeth right now? There are very few teeth that we look at that we actually feel can be fixed or can be saved. And so we're looking at options here that first require removing all of your natural teeth. And I understand that can come as a shock.
That's a lot. I started shaking. I'm 41 years old. What do you mean I need to get, like, it was just terrifying.
The worst part of my job is when I need to present to a patient what I see is going on is worse than what they're aware. And the next stage of decision-making is we're gonna figure out together how do we get you out of this.
I don't know. I just think I need to sit on that for a minute.
We're looking at options here that first require removing all of your natural teeth.
I started shaking. I'm 41 years old. What do you mean I need to get, like, it was just terrifying. I don't know. I just think I need to sit on that for a minute.
This is your choice, and I'm here to support you.
I believe you, and I trust y'all. So, let's talk.
Sure.
Yeah. If I were to walk away from Fixed Dental and not get this done, there's never gonna be a better opportunity in my life. Like, I would only be getting something subpar to what I would be offered today. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Hi.
Hey, Mickey.
How are you?
Good. How are you
Very
doing
good.
today?
How are you?
Very excited.
Very excited.
Today's the day. Big day.
It's the day. It's been 15 months since my first procedure when Dr. Tubo extracted all my remaining teeth and put in my first temporaries. And today I get my finals. It's very exciting.
Might as well cut right to it.
We have
Been-
the teeth.
Working on them and
Wow, look
got
how
the real deal.
They were actually made by one of the top ceramists in France. He came all the way here.
just to make mine.
And a couple others, but yeah.
The way that we make temporaries, they're exceptionally strong. They're meant to last for up to a year. And as strong as that is, the final restorative material, that zirconia, and sometimes if we do a titanium zirconia, they're at least 25 times stronger than the temporaries. And so there's that certainty of, you know, if we've done well with the temporaries for a half a year or a full year, we're gonna do so much better with this much stronger material now.
I told Steven this morning, I said, this is the last time you're gonna see this mouth. And he's like, what? I'm going to get my new teeth.
Yeah, it's been a little over a year now, and you got a job promotion, you got married, you bought a house, teeth. Like, you did a lot this year.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Works out.
What are you gonna do this next year?
A honeymoon.
There you go.
Today with Mickey, we are removing her final prototype and we are placing the final permanent fixed bridge. What we see under the surface here should all be very predictable. These are final prototypes, and so they're a near identical copy of what the final will be. There are some slight artistic improvements that are made. This is what we call breathing life into everything here.
This procedure that's it. There's no more after today. Yeah, it's very exciting. After my first procedure with Dr. Tubo, I interviewed for the job that I have now. I don't think I would have had that level of confidence had I not had this procedure done. I'm just excited to see what the next steps are.
All right, so here's that. And some water.
For Andrew today, we are removing all of his remaining natural teeth. We're placing 6 implants on the top, 6 implants on the bottom, and we'll be sending him home with brand new 3D printed fixed bridges on both jaws today. So Drew, you're gonna be feeling very sleepy. You're gonna be in excellent hands here with Dr. Litwin. Your job is to start napping.
Okay.
Hearing that the teeth need to be removed, it's a lot for a patient to deal with, not just physically, but emotionally as well.
You'll be all right. Easy. Easy stuff. We do it every day, you know.
Do you do these about every day?
I do about 4 to 5 a week, so.
Really?
Yeah.
To be quite frank, I'm a little I'm terrified about the surgery. But they could not comfort me anymore about what's to come out of this.
Let's get this guy back in here.
Steve is the most talented periodontist I have ever worked with. He does beautiful work. I'm so happy to have him on the team. I'm happy to have him leading our surgical department here.
Especially for challenging cases like Andrew's.
Where are we here, guys?
We are placing the last Polygon.
Excellent. So we've added these Polygon, these markers. They're digital markers that we've now added to the equation. So when I scan this, we can overlay 3D pictures of the teeth.
When we remove the teeth, we kind of lose our reference of where the teeth should be in the mouth. And so we place these hard anchors, these markers, on the top of the jaw and the bottom of the jaw, because those points will not change after the teeth are removed.
Dr. Litwin, can I get a update on where we are here?
Sure. We're anterior most implants currently. So you have 1, 2, 3, and then one more is going to go in.
Perfect.
Is that good on depth?
Yeah, can you just put a carrier in there so I can see where you are?
The steps involved in Andrew's procedure, we take out the teeth, we open the gum tissue and expose the mandible, the bone. As anticipated, Andrew has quite a bit of infection in his mouth, in this case, in the bone itself. If the infection is not removed or cleaned out properly before the implant is placed, then you could have problems in the future.
You feeling that, Drew? You feel that right now?
Pinchy?
We're noticing in this situation, Andrew is more alert.
You're doing good, Drew. Just lay back and relax.
This mostly has to do with his military training and training to remain vigilant and hyper alert. He's had enough medication that for most people and half the elephants in the world should be asleep.
I just remember the feeling of feeling like I was imprisoned in this chair. I don't know what to do with these emotions right now.
We're noticing in this situation, Andrew is more alert.
You're doing good, Drew. Just lay back and relax.
This mostly has to do with his military training and training to remain vigilant and hyper alert.
I just remember the feeling of feeling like I was imprisoned in this chair.
You're just taking a little snooze. You're doing great.
Connect the plan to the result. For both of them, yes. Like, what a strong guy to be able to fight some powerful medication.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I have high confidence he's not going to have much memory of the procedure here today.
Implants are done. You did great.
All the infections cleaned up, all the sutures are in, he's all set. And right now, Dr. Tubo is getting ready to put on the photogrammetry to start the process of making the teeth.
All four have been tightened down to at least an initial torque, and now we're actually going to go through and bring them up to their final torque, which is right in between these two arrows. Good, slide back all the way, and bite together again. When we first met Mickey, and asking her for our diagnostic photos, you know, we need you to smile big, and she goes, I don't know how to smile. I remember telling her when we first met, you're going to have to learn how to smile again, because we're going to give you teeth that are going to be beautiful. So you're going to smile, you're going to want to smile. How's that feel at first? You can be honest.
I feel like I got tap shoes on.
I'm gonna
break them.
You're not gonna break them. You're not
I
gonna
feel
break
like glass in my mouth. Are you sure?
them. They're. I'm sure it's not glass. I'm sure you're not gonna break them.
Yeah, that's what I know. It's not.
Are you sure this is not made of glass?
Strong metal.
All right. Let's sit you up.
Take a peek.
Ready for the moment?
I'm ready. Wow.
Right?
Wow.
It looks so nice. I love the shape. Tooth shape's so pretty.
They look like my real teeth.
Yeah.
My old teeth before.
We used all your pictures.
When you
of
were
your
in high
old teeth.
school.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Right?
They look so amazing. My temporaries always looked good, but these just look so much more, like there's so much more detail. Feels so different.
Yeah.
Look at it, I don't have a lisp.
Oh.
No, a little bit.
Well, if you practice, you
Well,
can get it back.
yeah.
Mickey's a wonderful client. She's been in it for the long haul with us here at Fixed. This is like watching one of your children graduate. You know, it's you know, here's the end of an era. And now I think Mickey is, she's smiling big all the time.
I didn't think I deserved joy for a very long time. So being able to look in the mirror and see a new set of teeth allows me to feel like the past chapters of my life are in fact closed. I don't have to look at my mouth and feel sadness or embarrassment and shame. I can feel confident today. And now I'm lucky enough to have the mouth of my dreams.
So we got these. We're usually it's gonna go in one time. And so we've got the lower teeth lined up and on top of the implants right now. We're just lightly tightening each of the screws in. This is like putting the lug nuts on a wheel. We're on the home stretch here. The bridges have been made. Laura, after she's done painting the bridges and just breathing life and color into everything, she's bringing that into the room. And this is one of my favorite parts of the procedure because this is now the end, but it's also the payoff. I'm gonna have you open again. I'm just gonna clean off the edges here. And we'll be right there. And you don't have to touch, you don't have to look, you don't have to brush, you don't have to do anything to it. Hi, Jackie.
He's all done.
Let's give him a mirror so he can take a look here. Go ahead and smile as big as what you can see. That's all you know. Wow. Oh, not yet. All nice on the bottom, all the way to the back.
I knew at that moment that everything was complete and they'd done it. Just the amount of care that I felt from him and all of his team, it's actually overwhelming. It's overwhelming right now.
Appreciate you. It was a hard day. That was a tough one. Yeah. And that's why, that's how we make happy clients. We'll be seeing Andrew in 2 weeks for a follow-up. That's when we can remove the stitches. Nice work.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You did so good. You're awesome.
Drew, How have things been the last couple of weeks?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Been great. The first 72 hours after surgery were tough. I really wanted to see the teeth and my smile, and I couldn't because I couldn't really open up all the way. And then Sunday morning, I woke up and it was just like, bam, I was able to do it.
Go ahead and bite together and go forward and backwards. All the way back onto your back teeth.
Since my procedure, I'm smiling more than I ever have in my entire life. Just joking and talking with my wife again, with my daughter, Lydia. Everybody I see compliments them.
I love patients like Andrew. They have helped us and our country so much. And, you know, if we can give back in any way, it feels so small, like just a simple thing that we did, and it completely changed their life. And it's awesome. It's such a good feeling.
I just remember going to church that morning, smiling and talking to everybody, and I haven't done that in probably a year. I think looking back at the last 20 years, I am so excited for the next 20.
When I was 9, I fell down on the stairs. All of my front teeth were just like crumbled. These teeth have always been a dark cloud on the happiest moments of everything.
I guess I chewed pretty hard, and I was breaking my teeth. And the dentist I went to before, what they were doing, it wasn't working.
I'm taking off that crown. Yeah, I'm not loving this buildup.
I am just like laying there like, please, 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 like be enough tooth.
There's just not enough healthy tooth structure.